Hi, I will be narrating the case 8. Why don't we sell the club? The club was one of the few members clubs in Malaysia. Its 4,000 plus members not only enjoyed golfing and other recreational activities of the club, they were also each a part owner of the club's assets, including the land. The organization structure of the club was just like any other club or association. The president, vice president, honorary secretary, honorary treasurer, and 8 committee members made up the decision-making inner circle called the General Committee, the GC. The GC was the equivalent to the board of directors of a company. The biannually elected GC members served on honorary basis. The club operated on an annual budget of over RM 10 million. The club's main source of income was from member subscription at RM 105 per month. Members did not pay green fees. Outsiders were allowed to play on Monday through Friday only by paying RM 80 per round of golf game, 18 holes. Another steady source of income was from the rental of buggies, which members or non-members hired one at the same rate of RM 50 per round of golf game. Members enjoyed free use of the recreational facilities, such as swimming pool, tennis court, and gym, while non-members paid RM 10 per entry for the same privilege. The driving range was tendered out at a rate of RM 4,000 per month. Mr. Lee Sam Tat, M. Lee, was the current honorary treasurer. His duty included co-signing the checks with the president or the GM, monitoring the income and expenditure, preparing of the budget, and undertaking budgetary control. He has 7 members in his finance subcommittee, 2 accountants, an auditor, a stockbroker, an ex-banker, an operational manager, and a businessman. The GM, Mr. Zainal Ibrahim, and the finance manager, Ms. Lau Mei, were permanent members. The finance manager also served as secretary for all the meetings of the subcommittee. It was early October, a time to prepare for next year's budget. Mr. Lee, in his capacity as the honorary treasurer and finance subcommittee chairman, was asked to coordinate the budgetary process. He was a firm believer of zero-based and activity-based budgetary processes. Weeks ago, he had asked all the functional managers and executives to submit detailed budget for their respective departments. He then asked the finance manager to summarize all the incomes and expenditures. This served as the first draft of the budget. Now let us look at the meeting held in the club about the matter.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I must thank all of you for the effort after an hectic day of work. So I hope you all enjoy your complimentary dinner.
Yes.
Tonight's meeting will last for 2 hours. So I intend to adjourn the meeting at 5 p.m. sharp. So do we have everyone here?
Before we begin our main discussion, I will please Mr. Zainal is currently on approved leave. He has delegated key tasks to the department head, and I have coordinated with them to ensure they are fully prepared for tonight's discussion.
Thank you. So I hope this goes to on deliberating the issue of balancing the operating budget. Within the remaining 1.5 hour, is this agreeable to everyone? Good. So then I will proceed. The minutes of meeting for the last finance subcommittee meeting were also circulated a week ago through email. I trust you all have read on your own leisure time. Now, do I have any amendment?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have a few amendments on the last minutes of meeting report. Firstly, the date was wrongly misstated. Second one is supposed to be a 3 discussion that we made last minutes of meeting, but it's stated only the 2 discussion only.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chong. Mr. Obi, please take note on the following matters. We will now concentrate on the main task for this evening. So if we can come up with a balancing operating budget for the club next year. Ladies and gentlemen, please bear with me while I do some explanation. You have with you documents marked A, B, and C, Appendix. Appendix A is the first draft of the budget income and expenditure for the next year. This will be the main reference document for the next discussion. So Appendix B is an example for how the budget figures in Appendix A are derived from. In this particular example, I am referring to the F&B department. In Appendix A, it shows F&B budget figures. Income at 3,256,883, whereas cost of sales is at 1,628,442. Other expenditures in sales stands at 1,476,180. You can verify how these figures derive in Appendix B. Appendix C, you see, similarly explains how figures in Appendix B are calculated. For example, in Appendix B, it shows the manpower cost for F&B is 1,177,721. So Appendix C 1 and 2 explain how this figure is calculated.
Mr. Chairman, do you mean this in the budget are two appendix, which is Appendix B and Appendix C, shows that how the item will be built up?
Yes, I do. I am showing how the F&B arrived at its figures in the draft budget as an example. The other departments have similar calculation in their file. For those members who are not accountants, this method is called zero-based budgeting. Many thanks to the members of the staff from all departments. They spent hours preparing this first draft of the budget.
How come we members of Finance Subcommittee, we are not involved in preparing the first draft of the budget?
Thank you, Mr. Lam. You are right. We should all get involved. However, considering all honorable members are having a busy schedule of their own, I've asked GM and the finance manager to lead the members of the staff to prepare the first draft of the budget. In fact, we are looking forward to you and others as well. Can I proceed now, ladies and gentlemen? Can we refer to the budget once more? Please look at Appendix A again. If you read down to the bottom lines, you will notice how we have huge operation loss, about 1.3 million. The President and the GC considered this as an unsatisfactory state of affairs. What is more worrisome is that the club had operating loss for a number of years. We have employed a staff of over 100 persons with a budget spending in excess 30 million. We should be efficient enough to at least break even in our operation. Together, we hope to find ways to increase the income for the two major profit centers, which is the golf operation and F&B, and cut down the expenditure of all departments wherever possible.
Mr. Chairman, you seem to imply that we have been operating on losses for many years. How on earth that then the club can sustain itself for these years?
Good question. Welcome aboard, Mr. David. I understand you are a new member to both the club and the subcommittee. How did we survive all these years? As a matter of fact, we have been lucky. We were relying on non-operational income such as transfer fees, sales of terminated membership, and interest income to cover the deficit and sustain the club.
To us, income is income, operational or non-operational. If the club can sustain itself one way or another way, so it be. Why should we sweat ourselves for it?
Mr. Dan, let us look at the issue from a different perspective. All clubs and societies should match their expenditure with the income by nature of being non-profit organization. We have been lucky enough to have non-operational income to sustain our club, to serve our members. What will happen if the non-operational income dries up? That is why we are here tonight, to see that the club can sustain itself forever, for members to enjoy a game of club and other recreations.
Mr. Chairman, I have another proposal. I'm sure everyone will impressed with my idea. Okay, all of us is a member of this club, right? So we own this club because we are owner of this club. So I think we should operate exactly how company limited operate their business. So in my opinion, this club should increase the value of its member, which is all of us. So according to my calculation, if we could sell this club consistent with the prime line, and after that we divide with the 4,000 plus member, everyone will get 1,000 ringgit. So this already contract with our membership value at 15,000. So there will be a six-fold increase of the membership value. It's a good idea, right?
Excellent idea. I've heard of this proposal before. There were members of the club throwing around the same area. However, whatever you propose is too big to an issue. This subcommittee meeting is not the forum to discuss such a major issue. Why don't we write a proposal paper with all the supporting figures?
I disagree with this idea. Our club is registered under the Society Act and the limited company are registered under the Company Act. We should not confuse the mission, goal and objective of a club with the those of the company.
Mr. Chairman, I don't like the idea of selling the club. It was a wishes of the founding members and the first president of this club provide a place for members to enjoy the game of the golf and the other recreation, and not for the profit of the members. Moreover, it is written in the club consideration that disposal of the major assets such as the land required to the concern of the 75% of the entire membership of the 4,000 plus, not just the majority present in the AGM or EGM.
Thank you, Mr. Chong. So we proceed to the votings. Who here support the idea of selling the club? Alright, thank you. Who here support the idea of remaining the club? Alright, thank you. Seems like the majority has voted for remaining the club. Do we have any objection?
Mr. Tan and Mr. Lam, I saw you agreed to remain this club, right? So what happened if our non-operational income dries up?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Asim. I would like to assure crucial concern, the sustainability of our non-operating income. I have listed down some of the sustained incomes. Okay. One is transfer fees, sales of terminated membership and interest income. That's been keeping the club afloat, but I believe we can present and even strengthen this income stream with the right action. This depends on people wanting to buy into the club. The first one, to sustain the income, we must enhance the preserved value of membership, upgrade our facilities, increase inclusive member perk and improve our public image, make people want to join. Launch a referral program, offer current members a small incentive for successful introducing new buyers, stimulate membership turnover and boost transfer activity. The second one is for sales of terminated membership, which can a member of leave and be resell their slots. Like the cave to stream following, maintain a structured waiting list, so any available membership can be resold quickly without delay. A ready pipeline means immediately income. Market the club strategically, promote it through social media, sport expo and even partnership with corporates. We can just buy buyer show ups. We must go and find them. Lastly, interest income. Rely purely on fixed deposit in today's rate environment isn't wise. We must diversify, allocate part of our reserve into low risk income generating investments such as government bonds or reputation unit trust funds. Review and rebalance annually. Never like 10 million, seek idea of our convenient, actively monitor rate and reinvest into higher yield option when appropriate. I think you like my opinion for this.
Okay, I agree with you. So how we can increase our income for the two major profit center?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Hashim. So, based on my prediction on the income for the two major is the FPA managers and another one is the Gold Club operations. Okay. For the Gold Club operations, I suggest that there are standard on golf game. For the per games is 80 ringgit. So what if we suggest on the weekend, so we can reduce our price for the golf game. So we can provide them as a package. For the golf game is around two rounds. So the price will be 140. Okay. For that one is for the weekends. That is the packages now. We doesn't provide the like 1 hour like per unit like standard we won't provide. Okay. So the second one is the FPA managers. So that one we will promote as hours like especially for the women's. Because when they come to the places, so they can provide given a high tea buffet, so they will surround to see their programs, how the environments over there, so they can enjoy their days for the buffets and everything. Thank you.
Good input, Mr. Tan and Mr. Ram. Do we have any other suggestion or improvement for this club?
I I want to recommend two things for this club. First thing, I suggest to open up a debenture investment for this club, because debenture holders can increase our capitals to run the club. So debenture holders can be opened up for the public, and for 7 years we open up for debentures and 7% for per annum. So my second recommendation will be reducing the expenditure from the food and beverages, because lastly I heard about food and beverages. There's many of the wastage I cannot be used in, means there's many wastage, so we can decrease from that. That's the expenditure from that's food and beverages. It might be helpful for our club to increase our profit. Thank you. That's
Good thinking, Mr. Chong. We will discuss about this on the next meeting.
That is all from the meeting. They discussed about how they can sustain the club by answering Mr. Hashim's two major questions, which was, what will happen if the non-operational income dry up? And how to find ways to increase the income for two major profit centers. There was new suggestions too given by Mr. Chong. In preparing a balanced operating budget for Relax Golf and Country Club, the Finance Subcommittee focused on aligning with IFRS standards while addressing a long-standing issue, recurring operational deficits. With more than RM 13 million in annual spending and over 100 staff, the club had previously relied on non-operational income like interest and membership transfers to stay afloat. This year, the aim was to break even strictly through operational income. The budget planning began with a zero-based approach. Income sources such as monthly subscriptions, green fees, buggy rentals, F, B sales, and hall rentals were carefully reviewed and optimized. The team proposed modest increases to subscription fees from RM 105 to RM 120 and raised buggy and green fee rates. They also emphasized filling vacant assets, like the Eagle Court restaurant, and bringing in sponsorships to diversify revenue. On the cost side, departmental budgets were trimmed without compromising service quality. Staff costs were reduced by 10% through role restructuring, while utilities, housekeeping, and marketing expenses were cut with greater efficiency. These efforts reduced a projected RM 1.3 million deficit down to nearly zero without, depending on non-operational income. The final plan not only balances the books, but also ensures the club operates sustainably, in line with its mission as a members institution, not a profit-making entity. These were the estimated budget on increasing the income of the club. Thank you for watching.